a short little article today.
Nice.
I don't know if it's good news though, but you can decide for yourself after you hear that cardiovascular risks soar among daily cannabis users.
I don't know how that could be seen as good news in any way, Marge.
No, I said it wasn't good news.
Yeah. Well, you said let the listeners decide.
Oh, well, that's because I mean it's always open to interpretation, isn't it?
I would say
Using,
so. Yes.
using cannabis once a week may increase your risk of heart attack and stroke. And those odds rise dramatically the more frequently you use it, a new analysis suggests. I think the operative word here is may. It may increase your risk. The Harvard-led study published March 5th, 2024 in the Journal of the American Heart Association analyzed CDC data collected from 2016 to 2020 from nearly 435,000 adults ages 18 to 74. About 3/4 of the 35,000 participants who said they used cannabis reported smoking as the most common way they got high. Participants may have also vaped or consumed edibles. Compared with people who had never used cannabis, participants who did so once a week had a 3% higher risk of heart attack and a 5% higher risk of stroke during the 4-year study period.
Is that
With most,
all?
yeah.
That's got to be within margin of error.
And that's why I find like the headline being like cardiovascular risks soar among daily cannabis
Yeah,
users.
good point.
That seems
Yeah.
a bit much,
I think
but
3% would be in the margin of error, wouldn't you think?
I think between 1% and
yeah.
3% is definitely margin of error. Bumping up to 5 is a little bit high. But if the government's done the study, then margin of error can go up to 10%, in my opinion, because they can't do
But
anything right.
it gets worse.
Oh no.
Those who use cannabis daily faced 25% greater odds of heart attack and were 42% likelier to have a stroke. The study was observational, meaning it couldn't prove that cannabis use causes cardiovascular problems, just that an association exists. But people who use cannabis should understand this association, especially as its use is becoming more popular, the author's study said.
I call bullshit.
I call bullshit. Everybody else? We all agree? We're all in agreement here in the chat?
It's a Harvard study, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of says it right there.
Yeah, I like the way he said it's a Harvard study, yeah?
Right.
Well, what I don't understand with this thing, though, is, okay, they're giving us all these, okay, you're so much higher percent of this and that and the other thing, but what are the causality? What's causing these higher risks? Is it blood pressure? Is it pulse? Is it cholesterol? What is causing these higher rates? I'd be very, very interested in that, because I know as a cannabis user, I have my blood pressure checked on a regular basis, and it is completely in the normal range. Without
I think what it is people who use cannabis every day don't stand any higher chance, but then on that day when they run out, that's 25% increased risk of heart attack and stroke, because you're just fucking angry at everything.
Right. Maybe that's
what I'm
saying.
They keep getting the 5-minute text off the day.
That anxiety the day before.
You know what I mean? I'm just 15 minutes around the corner. Stop fucking lying!
15 minutes ago.
You said that yesterday, you fucking arsehole. Where's my shit? And there we go. Heart attack and stroke.
So maybe, if you're a regular cannabis user, as I think most of us are here, just, get your heart checked or something on a regular basis.
I won't watch the fucking news then, tell you that.
That's probably a good start, actually.
Yeah, I always advocate for any kind of, if you're a medical cannabis user or a regular cannabis user, I always tell my doctors, and simply because I want them to know. I mean, with in the United States, we have medical privacy acts, which basically means the doctor cannot turn me in, but she needs to know that I'm using this material so they can assess my health properly. So that's what I would encourage anybody who has the ability and has guaranteed medical privacy. Let your doctors know you're using the stuff, because it makes all the difference in the world in treatment.
Are there any places that don't have that kind of doctor-patient confidentiality?
I don't know. I just know that in the States we do, and that's why I
China.
Well, okay. I mean, that's probably not a big surprise to anybody, but elsewhere. I mean, we have that in Canada. I'm assuming you'd have that in the UK too.
I think so.
Yeah,
but
do.
still wouldn't trust it because haven't we heard of I think we've actually covered stories from the UK where social workers have been called on people for using medicinal cannabis, right? And they've been had trouble with their kids and shit. I'm sure we covered that. It wasn't so long ago.
Yeah, that's social services though. They're different, isn't they?
Yeah, social services is different. That's not you going to your doctor to be like getting a medical checkup or.
But was it reported by the doctor or something? Can anybody remember that story we covered?
Yeah, no, because that's the ethics, doctor ethics and all of that. If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
if they believe that the children was in danger, then that's just down to a social services issue. So then that's child safety. So you could possibly report under that, but that's not because that's under child safety, not because of under drugs.
Right. If you're giving cannabis to your child, is for different reasons.
Yeah, it's child safety. They would put it under. It's not because they're using cannabis. It's they believe there's a child safety issue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just bear that in mind, and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
I got 4 kids, and I got to tell you, nothing is better than getting stoned as hell and playing Legos with them.
Oh, what's your favorite Lego weed?
Yeah. What does it look like? Harry Potter.
Yeah, man.
No, I think people that smoke and like kind of enjoy life maybe for 20 minutes or whatever with their kids, I know society still kind of looks down on it, but the truth is, especially in the little town that I live in, more moms are kind of choosing to smoke a joint than have a glass of wine now. And it's hopefully becoming more of a like traditional thing in that sense as well among like female communities where they can just light up a joint and pass it where not everybody has to drink.
Right.
It'd be good if they then pass that down to the children who do it, and then the endocannabinoid system and get a nice boost and all that instead of like being destroyed with alcohol.
Yeah, and then you don't have to. I think some people are pressured to drink. I don't know about in other countries, but in America, like if you go out with your friends to a club and you don't at least like drink champagne or something, people kind of look at you like, "What the fuck? Like, why are you here?"
They ask, they get you. What's wrong with you? That's what they ask. Well, what's wrong with you? And the answer is nothing is wrong with me. I just don't want that drink.
Yeah, I felt that way.
Like, I turned something on too. It's just like alcohol is like really bad for you. Like I see that more and more places about how bad it is for you. So a lot of people are looking for alternatives.
Yeah. There hasn't been an alternative until recently. And for many of us, there still isn't one. Now cannabis is legal and in some places, and it is an option for people. People are stepping towards cannabis instead. So I wonder how, with these statistics like the 3 to 5% higher, 25% greater odds and all of this that they're saying, I wonder if it shows any drop in the kind of damage that's done by alcohol, like cirrhosis and things like that. I wonder if we're seeing levels of that, like alcohol damage being reduced in places where cannabis has been legalized. I wonder if they combat each other out and just balance each other in the end. Interesting.
No.
Now I'm intrigued. Yeah, interesting story for sure. But well, over all these years, we've learned to be skeptical of these studies that show these kind of numbers because most of the time they're bullshit. They're leaving things out or using the statistics to try and fit a narrative that they have beforehand. It's very, very easy to study.
They didn't have like a specific correlation between the two things.
Yeah. So why even write an article like this? Just for the clickbaity, the title there, cardiovascular is sore because to soar as well. You're expected to see quite a jump, but it's not quite a jump, is it?
Nope.
Anyway, yeah, and that's another question there as well among daily cannabis users. So was it like they were keeping track of people before cannabis was legalized, and now it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. You know what I mean?
What doesn't add up on it? What doesn't add up on is they're not telling me why people are having these problems. And that's what I'm asking. So you're saying, 5% more strokes. What is this caused by? Is this caused by increases in blood pressure? Is this caused by something else? What's the deal here?
Yeah, are those cannabis users like exercising less and therefore it's causing more heart problems? I don't know. There could be all kinds of reasons. What's their diet like? Like there's all kinds of things.
I put my money on that. So they're sitting on my couch.
Right. Well, everyone's getting the munchies. They're eating too much junk food.
Madness. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you for the full show on Sundays on youtube.com/high on homegrown. Thanks for watching.